So I know it's been way too long since I made a video, but we'll talk about that in another video. What I had to talk to y'all today about is a crazy situation that happened in Puerto Rico. We just got back from Puerto Rico last week, and generally we had a pretty good time, a really great time actually. It's a very beautiful island, great people, etc. But our visit got off to a really rocky start with our rental company, Allied Car Rental. If you're ever in Puerto Rico, please avoid this place, and don't just take my word for it. You can literally check on Google reviews for Allied Car Rental in San Juan, Carolina, San Juan to be specific, and you'll see awful reviews. The place has like 1 star. You'll probably see it come up really cheap if you look for rental cars through Expedia, and that's for good reason, because it's god awful. We got to the rental car around 2 in the morning after we had to wait up for 2 hours at the airport before the rental car shuttle came. When we did get to the rental car place, there was no one there, no employees, no security, nothing. We called the customer service line several times, and they kept telling me that they would send a message to the person working that night, whatever that meant. 3 o'clock turned into 4 o'clock, and then into 5 o'clock, and by this time my nephews were getting really sleepy and irritable, and so was my mom. After about 3 hours of waiting, an employee finally came. She was clearly high, had some type of eye condition where she could barely read on the computer. It took her ages to look up the rental information, and when she finally did, somehow the car was reserved under my name instead of my mom's. So we had to go through the extra hassle to be able to have her card on file since she was paying. Then it took another 15 minutes for her to look up the insurance information that we had paid for, and you'll see this in the Google reviews if you look up this place. A lot of times they'll try and say that you have to get insurance. You don't. It's not required in Puerto Rico, but we got it, of course, just to be safe. But they were trying to say that we didn't have it, and it took them forever to be able to look it up. But after that was done, the car was finally brought out to us. We knew we were getting a mid-size SUV, as that's all they had available, and we had booked it in advance. It was hundreds of dollars cheaper than budget and enterprise, so even though it was a smaller car and a bit tougher to move around in, it was 100% worth it for all the money we saved. As you can see, there was a lot of bags. We had 6 people with us, so it was pretty difficult, but we were somehow able to get everything in there and head to the Airbnb. Luckily, once we did get to the Airbnb, things were way better. This was my first time staying at an Airbnb, and I definitely don't think I'll be doing it again, but I'll save that for the second video, which is going to be a comprehensive travel video on our time in Puerto Rico. I'm aiming to have that out by this weekend, so make sure you're subscribed and have notifications enabled so you don't miss out on that. Hopefully I was able to save someone some money, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.